Dr. DeBreo, from your assessment of the defendant, does Mr. Braun actually suffer from a psychological disorder?
Yes, I can confirm that Mr. Braun does in fact suffer from a psychological disorder. This was categorized under the DSM-5, which is the categorization system that we psychologists use to determine whether a person actually suffers from a disorder. And from this, we gathered that he suffers from delusional disorder, ergomanic type.
Dr. DeBreo, can you explain to the court and its jury how you established this profound diagnosis?
I came to this diagnosis through an interview process with the client. I asked him a series of questions, and through this I hypothesized that he may be suffering from some form of delusional disorder. And so I got the criteria from the DSM-5 and assessed him through the particular criteria checklist, and my theory was confirmed.
Now, Dr. DeBreo, what you've said is absolutely amazing, but I'd really like you to establish what the DSM-5 criteria is in relation specifically to Mr. Braun.
Well, to rule out those who do and do not suffer from a specific disorder, classifications have been established, and these are used to assess the quality of the criteria that needs to be present. And through this, in his case, he demonstrated and only had a delusion for Mrs. E.B., whilst other aspects of his life remain unaffected. And as a result, I could confirm along with the other criteria that he already had a delusional disorder, but this was very good in indicating that he suffered from a subtype which is referred to as the ergomanic type of a delusional disorder.
Forgive me, Dr. DeBreo, because I'm struggling with some of these words. Can you explain to me what delusional disorder, ergomanic, is that it, Doctor?
Yes, sufferers are like Mr. Braun in their ergomanic type. The main theme of the delusion is that the person of the delusion is only focused, or the central part of the delusion is only on the one person, and that one person is in fact in love with them, when the reality is that they are not. Hence the delusion part. Generally, sufferers feel that the person in love with them is generally a famous or a person at work who is of a higher level of them. However, like in Mr. Brown's case, it can be a person they don't have an initial connection knowing, really. So like a stranger.
Okay. Well, I mean, love and disorders, that's never gone together, Dr. DeBreo. So for this kind of disorder, though, I mean, what would be the best course of treatment for Mr. Braun?
Well, recent studies have shown that a combination treatment works really well. The treatment plan, which includes forms of psychoactive drugs, antipsychotic drugs, with the treatment of psychotherapy, focusing more on cognitive behavioral therapy has a very high success rate.